Hi, this is Mark at Mid-Valley Greenhouse. What I'm going to do today is go over some raised bed stuff. So what I see coming through a lot is people with, they call it garden mix or soil, whatever, composted soil. And just by looking at it, I can see it's not going to work the greatest. For one reason, it's going to compact too much. So what I got in here is this is composted black dirt, and I put some peat in with it. And what I have, you can see it's a very fluffy mix, and you can actually smell it. And so what I did is I have several things I'm growing in here. And so, and if you're going to add a zucchini in or a tomato plant, something like that, this is very important. What I'm going to say is you want to, we're in the garden and in raised beds, we want to use as few of synthetic fertilizers as we can. There's no reason to use a bunch of synthetic fertilizers if we do this right. So what we started with was compost and good quality soil, like the garden dirt I see coming through. You're going to want to compost that stuff even more. But on top of that, Down to Earth has some really good products where they break down the elements. And so what I did is I took and stacked those together and made my own general use mix. And so we got a blood meal in there, that's going to give you your nitrogen. Fish bone meal is going to give you a lot of phosphorus, as well as a very important component on the backside is a secondary element, calcium, and I think it's 20% on that particular mix. Then we're going to use langbeinite. It's going to give you high potassium, but on the back it's going to give you another very important element, magnesium. You have to have it for chlorophyll production. So for tomatoes, zucchinis and stuff, they have to have the calcium and magnesium coming in from somewhere. And those two particular mixes have that in as a secondary element. And so we put all these together, followed the instructions, and kneaded them in to my existing mix, correct? Azomite has some trace elements, your micronutrients, or that's not even really a correct term, microelements. Ones that aren't used in as great a quantities as the primary and secondary elements. So if we do all that, now what I'm feeding this, you can see the plants they're very robust coming out. And I did, like I always say, I use little bitty starts, but the plants are very green, they're very healthy, and I'm feeding them or giving them every day plain water. And that's our goal. Everything's in there. We want to give plain water. Then once a month, I will need these elements back in around the plants, especially the broccoli and cauliflower. And you can actually break that down to what that plant needs at that particular stage in its life. And so what I did here is you can see we have some broccoli, some cauliflower, some cabbage, a couple kinds of lettuce, celery, and onions. And in here from seed, I got some spinach going. I have some carrots going in here and some carrots over here. You can, if this is the north side, you can put a trellis here and put your peas right along the side, and you can put something short or along the back like beans and just train them to go over the other side. And so out of a tiny box like this, you can get a lot of food. And so that's what we're trying to do here, is show you how you don't need a 100 by 100 garden. You need to efficiently use the space you have and set it up to grow. You know, we don't want to just throw some dirt in and a little water, and you can't do it like that. I mean, you can, but you're not going to get the same results. So 2nd of June, we're looking good. And another thing I can mention before I stop talking is I left the dirt down a little bit on the sides of my box here. And early in the season, I covered it on cold days and nights with these panels like this, and you can use plastic. It really helps. It warms the soil more and you get moving along faster. And now they're off. And now we just water a couple times a day still. But you know, I watered these 2 to 3 times a day to get them started. Like I've talked about, good transplant, it makes for great harvest. So, well, thanks for putting up with this and good luck. Thanks.